like to interact with people, various markets, communities. So Africa is also my third region, from Asia to Middle East to Africa, to East Africa. So it's about people for me always. Okay, I think more or less when we start working during our early days, we think where we want to reach success. But down the line, when you go in your life, you come across, let's say, different communities, different places where you have not been, and you want to go and see what's really going on, what's the other side of the world, and try to help people in whichever you can. So I have been with a company who has the same objective, where they have been operating from regions where it has conflicts, developed countries, developing countries, and also developing markets. So my passion is basically to be in a place where I can help people develop themselves to be successful and share my experience. Okay, as I said, when you take the needy, there can be so many needs for a person. Underprivileged children, low-income families, people who need education, people who need support, people who basically expect that the corporate world will help them. Now, when we operate in countries like in Africa, we actively involve in these programs, and if there is one thing which I want to help, it's children. And there is a reason, a motivation for me, because I also have children. So I will help children either way, if it's coming to education, medical, or anything which I can make their life different, even for a small period of time. Airtel, we've been like almost a year now. To be honest, we changed over to you because we have seen how Airtel has been growing in Uganda, and as a brand. Also, they were very proactive from the previous service providers when it comes to their relationship management, their technical services, their back office response. Also, on the other hand, we have also been serving as as a supply chain company for Airtel. So we've seen how aggressive we've been growing in the markets with Airtel when it comes to our operations in the country, where it connects through all Airtel systems, either on mobile systems, fixed lines, and internet services. What I feel is that, okay, when you are in the telecommunications sector, it becomes more technical. But what matters down the line now in the world is that your customer service response. I have seen how Airtel responds to service issues and the turnaround time, where it is quite acceptable and it's quite remarkable than the previous experience. So more or less there you score over the others. And it's not the price, it's not sometimes it's not the technical advantages as well, it's about how you interact with the people and how you solve problems. So I think Airtel is more solution based in that manner, and they are ahead on that. Okay, I think there are a lot of applications which is happening now with smartphones, but one thing I would like, an application if I can have it, is that when I call a customer, of course, where you can do the voice recording and you can send the message through the phone while you're driving, and or basically you have ability that your service provider can identify the client when I say the client name, and it just delivers the message for you while you're on the move. That's something which is quite unique if it can be achieved. Okay, I think there are various books which people read, but I think more or less I can show you this book which I just received from my head office, but it's a good book. Um, this is about how businesses thrive in times of difficult challenges and situations. It's called Lessons from the Front Lines of Business. And it's about people sharing experience. It's called How I Did It. Edited by Daniel McKean, and it's part of the Harvard Business Review. So this is one book which I have just read latest. So I can just recommend that for anybody. If I'm on an island, the first thing I will need is a matchbox to light up the fire. And the second thing I will need is I will need a football to keep myself occupied. And the third thing, of course, what I will need is a watch to keep track of time. So those are the three things which I will need in an island.